The new meta on Donut SMP is extremely hard to find, but I found it. You may be wondering, how did I find it? Because it's basically impossible. Like, you have to consider so many different factors, like orders, auctions, and after that, you have to make sure your price goes up steadily and doesn't go down. That's why cobblestone is super good, because it started going up. But ever since cobblestone was introduced, a new item a new item's prices have gone up, and that item is the water bucket. You may be wondering, how can the water bucket, a needed item but very easy to get, become the new meta? But you're about to see why with this very easy to make farm that costs barely $1 million, the shulker loader that creates shulkers full of water buckets in mere seconds, and then orders where you can literally just order water buckets for $7.60 each. I'll show you how the farm runs, how it works, and if you ever want the schematic, you can go check out my Discord server. It'll be linked in the description. So I won't give you a tutorial because the schematic can do it way better than I can. I'm not that good, but I will give you a quick rundown. So how the farm works is it's gonna take, you're gonna sit here, just, where is it? Right here, AFKing, and you're gonna flick this lever. That is gonna dispense buckets from that crafter over here, and you just AFK click right at this corner. Not this corner, because if you accidentally misclick here while you're clicking this, it's gonna break the infinite water source. So you just click at this corner. Since you need a full inventory slot, so once you get that, it's gonna just drop the water buckets, and you'll still be getting buckets in this slot or whatever slot you want. Then it's gonna flow from these hoppers to this dispenser over here, or dropper over here, into this slab, which goes to a water chamber thing. I forgot what it was called. And it's gonna bring that here into this shulker loader. So let me just quickly add some more glass to make it a bit better. And then we can get to it. Like I said, I'm not going to be showing you a tutorial because I'm not the best person for that, trust me. But I will show you how it runs as well. So there's iron over there in that chest. It's supplying this hopper, and I'm going to flick this lever. Do you see how it's dispensing buckets? I'm going to wait for it to dispense to like 15, 14. So it's 14, and then I'm just going to hold down right click right here. This isn't very AFKable because you need like a large supply of iron, and also when you get to a low amount of buckets, it doesn't like fill up your inventory the tick you drop or you like use the buckets. So you have to wait for some more buckets to be added so it runs. Shoot. See, I messed it up already. It doesn't happen frequently, but if that ever happens to you, all you gotta do, /AH water, buy another oh. Prices are high. Whoa. Also buy it. So just get a water bucket and just put it back right here. Boom. And then you can just use their bucket. So now let me get something else to fill my inventory, and then I can get back to doing it. Let me just use a couple of these buckets so it doesn't like flow in, so these buckets don't flow into there. Because if you pick up a water bucket, like if you hold it down, then your bucket slot will turn into a water bucket slot, and then you won't be able to pick up more buckets. But if you let it go for too long, it's going to completely fill up your slot, and then you still can't pick up more buckets. So you have to be very conservative and wait. So I'm just going to fill this up. See? Like I just did that, and I lost some value. But it's okay, because I can get it back from the shulkers. So right here. So I flick the lever. Now it's going to stop working. And that observer tick sound is coming from this dropper right here. So let me just use the last of my buckets. And I should have some more in the shulker, so I'm just going to use them. And then you'll have them going up. But there also will be this happening sometimes. The buckets will just drop at the slab. So what you should do, you should just do that. It's going to drop over here, and just hold your drop button. Now you have your shulker over here, it's going to drop, and boom, 5 shulkers. And really quickly too. Like, I think that took me like 2 seconds. So after that, you get all your stuff. Move it back to your shulker nearby, or your e-chest nearby, whatever. And then just take all of these, / order water bucket, boom, 2K. Like, you can get that lucky sometimes. And that's already 12K. 760. So just put all these in. 98K, just like that. Boom. So I think those buckets may have stacked in this. Let's check. Yeah. So I'll just do this. Pick these buckets up. And boom, right here. That's like another set. So I'll just / order water bucket again. And we can put that back in. 19K, just like that. Then we can put this back into our shulker loader thing over here. And boom. Huh. It's not dispensing another shulker. So let me just like that. Alright. Now we can go back to it. So I'm just gonna AFK this for a while. You'll see how much money I make. I'd say like I'll AFK it for 5 minutes. I'll start a 5-minute timer on my phone. And I'm gonna AFK it, and you'll see how much I make from it. So just let me start the timer. Where? Clock. Timer. Alright. So 5 minutes, and it's gonna ring. And then we're gonna see how much we made at the end. So let me just fill up my inventory. Let's do e-chests. And you fill up your inventory so it doesn't so the water buckets drop, because you always obviously want them to drop and not go into your inventory. And we also have to be conservative of this iron. So actually I'm gonna do 2 minutes maybe. You know what? Yeah, let's do 3 minutes. 3 minutes of AFKing, empty shulker, empty shulker. So, or empty chest, empty shulker. So let's see how much we make. And let me just quickly check this out. See if everything's good. There's a lot of buckets there. Yeah, that's like a lot of oh. Okay. Let me fix that real quick. Because there's so many buckets, our comparator isn't like processing it. Because it immediately fills up. So actually, in that small amount of time, we already got a lot more than I previously thought. So let's actually just get all these shulkers. It's gonna fill up. It just fills up instantly, that's the issue. Here, not this. Okay, now let's see. Does it fill up the whole thing? Yep. Alright. Boom. Now it's actually working. So, we actually had all that more profit. And I actually messed up. So now after this, let's do it. And you can also just order iron whenever you need it. But whenever you're doing your orders, like me and my teammate, we use iron golem spawners and iron orders. So you just have to make sure you check which one has you have to make sure you get actual value from what you're doing. Because let's say you have an iron order for 260 and you're putting your water bucket in orders in 520, like in a 520 per bucket order, it's not going to be good. Like, you're losing value. You're losing money like that. no profit. But because 260 times 3 is what, 520? That's like around 780, I think. So you need to put something in for like 800, 1K, and there usually are 1K orders. But since we use an iron golem spawner to fill up this like double chest, we can put in 780, and we're not losing value. So now I'm gonna do the 2-minute or 3-minute AFK, and we'll see how much we get. So let me just do that. Hold up right here. Okay. 2 minutes starting now. Since it's just 2 minutes, I'll just like keep talking about the farm. But it's fun. Like, the hardest part about it is making sure like you're not constantly like what? The hardest part about it is making sure you're picking enough buckets up and having enough iron for the farm. Because if you're running out of iron, it's not going to be good for you. For the whole, like, it's going to be really bad. And you obviously have to make sure you have enough, like, what is it called? I forgot the word for it. I don't know. Yeah, you have to make sure you're not crafting nuggets. Because that's a huge issue with it, with the farm. Like, if you mess up the it's not a problem with the farm, it's a problem, like, if you mess it up. If you mess up the repeaters or something like that, it's gonna start crafting nuggets because it's not filling up fast enough. But usually, it's gonna fill up, like, completely. Like, so far, me and my teammates, we've been using for, like, a week. No issues. Only issues, like, if you click a different side. So far, it's, like, basically going perfectly. I can hear my piston going off in the back. And let's see, there's still like 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining. So you can also hit F5. Do not, if you want, there's no way to make like more modules, but if you have teammates and you want them to use it too, and you don't want them to like have to use your farm, then you can just like make another for them or ask them to make one. You're just gonna have to be a lot more conservative of your iron. That's the only thing. So just be careful with that. And this is the first time I've used a shulker loader like ever. So I think I might have to check if it's like overclogging again up there. Like it did before. Because we lost like, I don't know. We didn't lose anything, but we just like missed a lot of money at the start by accident. Okay, 27 seconds. I think I just let a couple buckets slip. Oh, that's it for iron. So we can run the farm for the whole time, but we can still see how much money we made. So let me just quickly turn off my timer before it starts buzzing. Okay, let's see how many shulkers. Well, there's just a shulker box on the ground. Boom, all that, and that's in such a short period of time too. Like we've been AFKing for this like barely like 2 minutes basically, or like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah. So now, order. We put it all on this order. See how much we make. 266K, just like that. Let's see, we should probably have some buckets. Or the buckets are probably going to be in like, hold up, and this shulker right here. Let's check it out. Ingots. Yeah, it started crafting ingots, or nuggets, I mean, like I said. Because there were 2 pieces of iron left. But yeah, that's 266K. And we still have this shulker to sell, and all of that. So let's actually do this first. Oh, I put it at the wrong spot. Like that. Then it's gonna go back up. And if I'm right, it is probably clogging up these. Actually, no, it's not. It's probably just a issue at the start. Where the stuff go? Where's it's going right there? Oh, it already filled up. Where did the shulker just go? Okay. I need to fix that. I need to add some more stuff. But boom, like that's already another shulker. Let's put these nuggets here. So basically, from I think around 15 shulkers, we made 266k, and we made it in about 2 minutes. So if you do the calculations, I think in 10 minutes you're making like over $1 million. So I really recommend doing this farm because like if you're someone with around what? Like if you're someone with around 1 mil and you're trying to get up to 10 mil, you can make it without a shulker loader because this main part I think it costs around 1 mil. You just need a lot of money for iron orders. That's gonna drain a lot of your profit. But it's gonna like you're still gonna have a lot of profit, but it's just gonna drain some. So all you need to do, put in 1 mil to make this, and then get some iron, and then you don't even have to use a shulker loader. Like I made it like what about like 30 minutes ago. You can put chests, hoppers, chests, hoppers, chests, hoppers, and then you can just drop all of them and slash order like that. You don't even need shulkers. Like I just have shulkers. Boom. 3 more water buckets. See, like 750, I can still do it because it's still giving me value. I'm not gonna calculate how much we made so far, just from like total. Who's that? I don't know. I'm not gonna respond. But like just from a simple run, I'll just take a quick estimate. I think that's like 120k, 200k, and then another 200k. And I've like been recording for 17 minutes. And I haven't even been using the farm for all of that 17 minutes. And like you just saw, 15 shulkers, 2 minutes over how much was it? 266k. And we still had 14k more and 6k more. So about like 280k, 286k. So like I said, if you have 1 mil or if you're trying to get to 100 mil really quickly, this is the farm to invest in. The reason it's good is because you know how cobblestone is like the new meta? Cobblestone needs water, and all the other farms need water too. So just getting these simple cobblestone, or like simple farms, water bucket farms, like since people need water for these mega farms they want to build, you're just making so much profit out of them. Like that's why, let me show you. That's why people are ordering so many buckets, like 750, 10k, like 10k, 10k, 1k, 20k. And sometimes you can even snag like 1.5k, 1.5k per bucket, per water bucket for just 10k. And like 10k orders. It's gonna be like great if you invest in this farm. I really recommend it, but if you're at the like past 100 mil arc, or like past 100 mil part, probably make a bamboo farm, or kelp farm, or a cobblestone farm. This won't be worth your time, but I still recommend highly investing in it for teammates maybe, like people that you want to like help out. And yeah, see you in the next vid.